really sit here and think about this. This is just a nigga, bro. This is just a nigga who decided to get on his grind. He said back then, he literally said, oh, if you want to go viral or you want to be famous, don't use this app. And now look at you. You're famous, dog. That's all it takes is consistency, having faith in your grind, bro. And this is the shit that I keep telling myself as I elevate more and more. Cause ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't do this. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from being consistent. I'm gonna do what I do, bro. Cause I've seen it work for people hundreds of times. So I don't want you to stop either, bro. Keep going. If it's something you want to do, keep doing it. This is it right here, bro. This is the Keith Lee effect. This is the motherfucking you effect. Do it.
I ain't going out tonight. I'm just gonna be in my room. I just wanna be in my room. I just wanna be in my room.
Before I start this video, I want to say Patrick CC gets like 1 million views. This shit has 995k views. He only has 1 million subscribers, right? I'm gonna subscribe just for this. It is so crazy to me. We can go back and look at the stats on his videos. I be pocket watching, like I'm a professional pocket watcher, so I want to really get into this, okay? 1 mil views, 1.1 mil, 1.7 mil, 1.9 mil, 940 is basically a mil, 1.6 mil. He damn near consistently gets 1 million views per video and only has 1 million subscribers. How is his whole subscriber base watching every single one of his videos? He's him. He's literally him, bro. And I don't know if bro has a team or what, but like, dog. He been putting that work in, man. Shout out Patrick.
Imagine you own a restaurant, and the difference between
this video is the Keith Lee effect.
Having a line of hungry customers out the door every day, or your establishment looking like a ghost town, is based on the experience of one man. That one man is not a professional food critic nor a culinary expert, but millions of people around the country treat his word like gospel. That is the Keith Lee effect. Keith Lee is either Batman or Joker when it comes to restaurant owners. But once you
Now I'm going in on this, and I have no idea who Keith Lee is. I've never seen a Keith Lee video. I'm lying. I may have seen one TikTok. I don't know who this is. I don't be on this side of the internet. So I'm going into this video blind. And I'm expecting to be educated for real, for real.
If you hear his story, you will understand why he has such a cult-like following. It's much deeper than a guy who has decent taste buds. Keith Lee is a man who failed at the one thing he was actually good at. Then at his darkest moment, he refused to give up and created a meteoric influence in an industry he had no business being in. Keith described himself as a very small child who felt the need to display his dominance to overcompensate for his short stature. His bad behavior led to him getting expelled from every school in the Detroit, Michigan area before.
Lord, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm about to get a water bottle. I'm gonna let the video play, but I'll be back. Y'all don't be bad, alright? Cause I'm gonna know. If I come back and this shit a mess, or the video all the way at the end, where I find out some shit was going on while I was gone, it's gonna be your ass. Hey, you better like the video. Anyway, my fault.
Before attending a charter school as a last resort, where he barely managed to graduate the 8th grade.
So by the time I got to high school, I was a weed head, smoking every day. I'm talking about bad, like every day. My freshman year, I had a 0.6 GPA.
Things would get even worse for Keith in high school, where he lived in the shadow of his brother. Keith's older brother Kevin had already garnered a remarkable reputation as a star athlete who graduated.
I want to say it's absolutely no way in fuck you actually go to school and you have a 0.6 GPA. It's not possible. It's literally not possible.
With a 3.9 GPA before receiving a scholarship to wrestle for Grand Valley State University, which is an NCAA Division II school. Keith decided to follow in his brother's footsteps for all the wrong reasons.
When I got there, it was more out of spite. It was more out of arrogance. It was more out of just like, now I'm approved to you, I can do it. and I don't even want to do it. I'm gonna just do it because you told me I can't do something else. So I'm gonna just do it just to shit on you, basically.
Yep.
He utilized all his pent-up aggression and transferred it out on the wrestling mat, where he showed a genuine talent for the sport and squashed his competition. But he was a stubborn, disobedient child who didn't focus on his grades, didn't stay disciplined, and quit the team. Then his father got arrested and imprisoned following a heated altercation with some people in his neighborhood. His father's inability to provide for his family meant Keith, his mother, and younger brother were forced to move into an abandoned home, where Keith started to question his religious faith.
Chad, this is the importance of fathers, bro. Fathers. Now, if you're well, I guess I'm assuming that everybody watching this video is a dude, because only dudes watch YouTube, or dudes watch dudes on YouTube or something like that. I don't know, man. But mothers are very important too. What I will say is parenthood is very important, bro. Be in your children's lives, bro. If you and your significant other can be together and be in those children's lives, please do it. Just do it. Make it happen, bro. You really got to think about the impact that it has on children. Like, I personally grew up without having either parent. Like, I've had both of my parents in my lives, but I've never had both of my parents in my lives at the same time. Not to say that I came out badly, but it's people who don't have either parent. I had where I was blessed to have both of them in my life, regardless of them not being together or whatever the situation may be. But some people don't have that luxury. Like him, his dad was in jail, and that shit, it probably did a number on him, for real. But you can even see based on where their life is leading now in this story. But I'm gonna get back to the video. I'm sorry.
An overall perspective on life. At his lowest moment, the only way he could go was up. He stopped smoking, stopped hanging out with bad influences, and got back into wrestling. Fast forward to his senior year, Keith averaged a 3.6 GPA and was preparing to wrestle at the Michigan High School State Championships, which hadn't been achieved by a student at Southfield High School since the 90s. He received a partial scholarship to wrestle for Indiana Tech, but made a critical error. He never actually enrolled in the school. He showed up at Indiana Tech, connected with the wrestling coach, attended random classes, and got fully immersed into the college life. He was expecting a dorm room since he thought he had a scholarship, but when he showed up to the admissions office, they were confused.
They take me to the office and they like, you don't have no paperwork filled out, sir.
Who are you?
Yeah, they was like, only thing we have is the offer letter that we sent you.
Right?
So we only got your name and your information from the offer letter. They was like, that's all we know about you. We don't know nothing else.
He treated it like a birthday party invitation.
Dummy. Nigga got the motherfucking scholarship. Like, I bet we going. What? We there.
You sent me the invitation.
I just showed up.
Keith laughs about the situation now.
Dude, Polly and this shit, he over here going to clubs and shit, making connections, all type of shit.
But at the time, he was devastated. They told Keith if he didn't pay them $20,000 for the semester and $2,000 for the application fee, he wouldn't be allowed to go to school. Unable to get a loan, Keith had to move back with his family, who relocated to Las Vegas. He was now sharing bunk beds with his 14-year-old brother, who regularly reminded Keith that he was a loser.
At this point, I'm in the deepest depression I've been in a long time.
Dang.
Because I'm like, oh, the reality is sitting here.
Yeah,
He's right.
yeah.
I'm not in school. I don't have a job. I got fired already. I didn't quit a job. My track history with work is already terrible. I didn't got kicked out of school.
Yeah.
I don't have no other offers.
Right.
Nothing in life is looking bright to me right now.
Right.
I don't have nothing going for me.
Keith's older brother Kevin had recently secured a contract to fight in the UFC as Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee, and Kevin was a savage. At his peak, he held a 16-2 professional record and was toe-to-toe with legends like Tony Ferguson and Charles Oliveira. Kevin forced Keith to get into the gym with him, and on his first day, their coach Dewey Cooper realized the potential Keith had as an MMA fighter. Desperate for money and a purpose, Keith trained for a year straight and won his first 4 amateur fights. The only 2 losses he had were by split decision, meaning he was a very promising prospect. However, he was earning next to nothing for these, $500, maybe $1,000 per fight. Keep in mind, this was over the course of 3 years, so he was broke following a rotation of various low-end jobs. But luckily, he met his girlfriend, now wife, Ronnie, while working for ASICS. Keith credits Ronnie with being the anchor to keeping him grounded and focused on becoming the best version of himself. Following a submission victory against Leonardo Carvalho,
Chad, this is what your woman should be for you, bro. She should be the anchor. She should be the support, bro. Why you down? She should be the one to hold you down. You feel me? That's love right there, bro. Use her as your motivation if you cannot find it anywhere else. Use her as your motivation to become the best you that you can possibly be for both of y'all, so that you can provide for her the way you want to, and as well as so that you can be the person that can provide, bro. That shit is crazy. That shit is powerful, bro. I think that's what love really boils down to. Wanting to be somebody that can give somebody else. Just give, you feel me?
At Global Legion FC13, Keith proposed to his girlfriend Ronnie and intentionally got her pregnant 2 days later. On the same day of the proposal, Keith's manager informed him that his victory against Carvalho earned him a 6-figure contract with Bellator. He won his very first Bellator bout against Sean Bunch. It took many years, but once he finally had a support system around him, wife, coaches, brother, he was able to crawl out of the repetitive cycle of depression and low ambition. Now with some free time and spare income, Keith signed up for TikTok. Keith's journey on TikTok started just like anyone else, participating in trends for no reason other than it seemed fun. From there, his
Fair as hell.
uploads were just random things that pertained to his everyday life. He was getting maybe 50 views per video, but it seemed more like an outlet for him to have fun rather than start a business. But then the pandemic hit, the world shut down, and Keith needed to make something happen.
I downloaded TikTok after I kept saying I wouldn't. Now I'm sick and tired of every video I post only getting 50 views. I'm gonna sit here with my dog and tip me and him get famous.
In an attempt to garner more views, Keith began posting psychology facts videos. He gained a little bit of traction, but it didn't last long. He started to become desperate for virality.
You wanna get famous? Follow these simple instructions. Download another app, cause this ain't the one. This ain't it, Chief. It ain't never gonna happen. Never.
He would cash out people if they solved a riddle. He posted math problems for people to solve. Even though he looked defeated, he refused to give up. At this point, Keith was obsessed with the platform, posting daily, if not multiple times per day. He started featuring his wife Ronnie on his page after he went semi-viral talking about building a nursery for their expected baby. He then proceeded to document milestones throughout their pregnancy, many of which received thousands of views and ignited a dramatic shift in Keith's content. In September of 2020, Keith won his second fight against Vinicius Zani.
Whatever they have in store for me, I'm always here to fight. I'll fight as soon as my daughter's born. My daughter's born in 4 days, so as soon as she gets here, I'm ready to go again.
He didn't lie. Just 1 week later, he and Ronnie welcomed their first child, Carter. From there, Keith's whole TikTok was dedicated to documenting him being a parent. His loving and
What the hell? Damn, I'm thinking this shit is gonna help me unlock the secret of virality. Bro, this shit is about his baby. I don't have a baby, chat. What am I gonna do? Wait a minute. I do have a girlfriend.
nurturing attitude towards his child attracted a large following of supporters. He provided them with wholesome moments, such as clipping his daughter's nails for the first time and celebrating her first Halloween. This was his family man era. Keith took a fight on short notice, just 2 months after his previous, to fight on the main card at Bellator 253. Unfortunately, he lost by decision to Rafion Stotts, but that didn't ruin his spirits. Keith the family man kept posting his terrible dancing videos and even started sprinkling in some cooking content. By mid-2021, he had accumulated 1 million followers and was averaging maybe 100,000 views per post. This was his foundation, the people that knew Keith was a humble, honest family man. Unfortunately, he would hit a new rock bottom when he lost his 6-figure Bellator contract. In August of 2021, he was set to face his toughest opponent yet, who was undefeated. Keith was beaten and bloody and then submitted in just the first round, then got up while unconscious and stumbled headfirst into the cage. The clips of his loss made the rounds on social media. He was embarrassed. He got a call from his manager saying he was cut from Bellator. Keith was back to rock bottom. His first TikTok back after his loss was him, poetically, ordering some food.
I have these sunglasses on because my eye is black and my face is beat up. I'm fine though, for anybody. Well, I'm not fine, but I'll be fine.
He had 1 million followers, but he was only making around $400 per month on TikTok. His fight career was looking grim, and TikTok didn't seem realistic. Then he got a call from the owner of Harold's Chicken just a couple days after his loss. They asked him to do a review of their establishment. At the time, he didn't know it, but Keith just discovered his next big venture.
Was it Pat?
Harold's Chicken in Las Vegas. They didn't have no mac and cheese, but it's okay. Overall, I get the food up 9 out of 10. without question.
Following his review of Harold's
Without
Chicken, Keith
question.
made food reviews as a side quest on his page. However, his main focus
Side quest.
was on family vlogs and cooking content. He was still largely referred to as the cooking guy, regularly being asked about his cooking content during interviews. In January of 2022, his wife became pregnant with their second child, and they desperately needed to find another source of income. He started doing more and more food reviews, but they weren't
Why he say? Well, what just glanced through my mind. I don't even know how to phrase what I'm about to say. I find that I have thoughts and then I try to portray them to y'all, so I have to come up with like a preface for my thoughts. Um, Basically, she got pregnant, and Patrick said she ended up becoming pregnant or something like that, like as if Buddy ain't nutting her. You feel me? Now, if you know you ain't got the bread like that, you better either be wrapping it up or pulling out efficiently, like me.
weren't that organized, and he was very generous with his ratings.
We are sitting outside of Firehouse Subs because today we are doing an official food review.
This has the perfect amount of spice. Like my tongue is tingling a little bit. I got that feeling on my lips. You still taste all of the flavor. 10 out of 10.
Keith says he leaned on his faith and prayed something good would come from this TikTok thing, and it did. In June of 2022, he signed a brand deal with Wingstop worth 6 figures, the same amount he had lost from the Bellator contract. He successfully was making a career on TikTok, but it was about to get a whole lot better. His food reviews slowly started to become his main content because his brutal honesty was very entertaining.
Altogether, this food was $50 and the customer service was terrible. The lady at the front where I was picking up was really rude. Like extremely rude. I had to call back and get her name. I think she lied because she answered the phone like I didn't recognize her voice and said, "Hold on, let me go get the girl. You the girl."
Then in October,
God.
the popular YouTube channel People vs. Food approached him to collaborate on their channel, and he accepted. This channel has over
I think I've seen a clip from this. I just remember seeing this look like this. I'm just looking at how his dreads grew. It's so fire.
12 million YouTube subscribers.
He like me though, chat. Like I'm leaning on my faith and making YouTube videos and shit and streaming. This was not what I was trying to do. I guess if anything, I have the same TikTok shit as he. Like he makes TikToks, I make TikToks. If we're trying to relate stories, right? He makes TikToks, I make TikToks. He does UFC. I run a clothing brand. Shout out Issues, man. Issues.tm_. Check out issuesversustheworld.com to see the fire pieces that we have. But his food videos are like my YouTube videos, and now I stream. You know, sometimes I stream about 2 hours a day, and that's about it. But that's really what I do. You know what I mean, I make time for it, but it's more like a leaning on my faith type thing. Even if I just got to stream from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., even when nobody's here type shit, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, overseas niggas might see it. Either way, I do it for the YouTube content because being a YouTuber is just always something I felt was for me. It was just like I just felt like it was something I was supposed to do, or I would have a knack for it, or whatever. It's just something I want to do for whatever reason. I really don't know. So I figured I'd do it. I got the facilities, you feel me? I think I just have the personality for it. Generally, I just connect well with people. I think that's just really it. I feel like if anybody should be famous, why not me? And not even famous, because I don't desire fame. What I really desire is the outreach to people. I want to have a network, a way to get in touch with a large amount of people. That's it. Damn, I really just broke that down for myself. It's like I don't want a cult. I don't want a fan base. I want, I guess, supporters. I don't want to say I don't want them, but I just want to be able to come in contact with a large group of people at any given time. Shit.
And he knew the exposure would help his TikTok career immensely. By the way, double check if you're subscribed to my channel.
Nah, I want to be connected with the world. Does that make sense? I just want to be connected with others. I want to be able to help people or get help from people, you know? Just be together.
I asked my wife what I should post on my page to make people not only come and watch but actually follow, and we decided to post one full review every day. The first got like 11 million views. From there, Keith's entire content shifted to strictly food reviews. He has only been doing it full time for 1 year at this point, but he never could have predicted what was about to happen next. While most high-profile food critics only pay attention to high-end restaurants that are too expensive for most, Keith shifted that focus onto affordable, small, family-owned restaurants that were easily accessible to the public, or fast food / popular affordable food chains.
I'm trying to figure out, not trying to figure out. Actually, yeah, lately I've been figuring out how to help people because I read some book, bro. I listened to some audio book. I don't remember what it was, but it was probably Rich Dad Poor Dad. And somebody said that if you really want to get rich or you want to be successful as an entrepreneur or what have you, you want to provide a service, right? You want to help people. It was probably Bob Proctor. I really don't know. And so I try to look at businesses and see how they're benefiting people and where their value really lies. Now, the value in his content is that people like his food reviews, but he's now using his food reviews as a platform to bring up smaller businesses, which is like, damn, that's fire, bro. Like that's real nigga shit. Like other people, like he said, they go to bigger people or bigger restaurants, and then they're like, yeah, I'm at Roof Chris eating the Roof Chris steak. Roof Chris steak, 10 out of 10. Go to Roof Chris. Go to Waffle House. You feel me? But he like, go to the mom and pop shit in downtown. That's hard. You really feeded people families.
He even went out of his way to give a chance to establishments that were struggling financially. However, Keith doesn't consider himself a food critic. His reviews feel and look like one of your friends giving you a casual breakdown. A typical review would be him ordering 3 or 4 different items on the menu, like a family of 4 would, then tasting every single item and rating it from 1 to 10. He often throws in other notes like their customer service or additional information that is relevant.
Did he say that shit nasty? I don't know.
To the experience.
I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. I spent $23.84 on 3 bao buns and a drink. But bro, that's what they look like. Customer service, delightful.
Hold on, bro. We gonna go back. 3
bao buns and a drink. But
this shit look like nothing, bro. But I guarantee you it bust. I just know it bust, bro. And I don't even eat meat, but I know it bust.
Bro, that's what they look like. Customer service, delightful. It was a very short interaction, but the guy who worked at the front was really nice. And the actual building itself.
Niggas put wedding bands on their middle fingers. Ain't you supposed to put that on the ring finger?
Very aesthetically pleasing. It made me want to eat. Wait a minute, bro. Personally, it was lacking spice, so the add of the salsa took the tacos itself from a 9 to a 9.7. That's one of them ones.
Even when he gives a negative review to the food, he will provide more context so it doesn't come off as unfair. He often goes out of his way to leave massive tips, sometimes hundreds of dollars to workers that give him good service. Since he had already built a strong foundation during his family man era, there wasn't necessarily one viral review that changed his life. His growth has been steady, and along the journey, his audience latched onto his down-to-earth attitude, unwavering love for his wife and kids, and dedication to God. But even if you
Shout out his dedication to fucking God, chat. Shout out his dedication to God, bro. I've never been like the most religious individual, but it's something so humbling. It's something so down to earth about somebody who genuinely believes in God, especially in this day and age, bro. It's like, it's one thing to be a bot and really like, God is my savior. I'm going to church. Praise high, Lord. But when you really still putting in that work and you still believe in God, that shit's crazy. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. How you a man of God and you got millions of dollars. That's how you know it's real.
Don't know about his past. After watching a few videos, you can just feel he is a kind and genuine man. They didn't care about Keith not being
I'm not saying he has millions of dollars, but I'm saying he is successful.
Technically qualified nor having a depth of culinary knowledge. He thinks what sets him apart is his values. I stand on my integrity, I stand on my values, and I don't allow those to be wavered or to be shook no matter the amount of money.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. You could just tell a God-fearing man that got motion. You just know he real. You just know he's firm.
opportunity or the people I'm surrounded by. With nearly 10 million loyal followers, a full-time dedication to quality reviews of local or less popular restaurants, a phenomenon dubbed the Keith Lee effect would take over Las Vegas, then all over the USA. One of the first beneficiaries of the Keith Lee effect was a local food truck called 303 in the Cut. In November 2022, Keith's review blew up and garnered over 35 million TikTok views since its initial upload. Keith confirmed their cheesecake sandwich was a 10 out of 10. And the next night,
Cheesecake sandwich is crazy diabetes.
303 had people waiting in line for over an hour, wrapped around the corner for their food. The owner said they doubled their income in one day, and it stayed that way for over a year. One Las Vegas pizzeria he reviewed, Frankincense, made headlines for attracting lines around the block because Keith gave their wings a 10, pizza a 9.8, and garlic knots a 9.2. However, it wasn't just the food. It was Keith's interaction with the owner, Frank, that made people want to support him even more.
If I don't like the food, I gotta tell you, I'm not trying to be malicious. And he was like, I'm gonna be real with you too. I need help. Yeah, that hit me here. He said,
That's what I'm talking about, bruh.
the food is delicious. He has great reviews on Yelp. The only bad reviews is that he don't close the time it says that he closed on Google. The time it says he closed on Google is 1 a.m. He was like, I literally can't afford to open that late because we don't get that much business. Frank, if you're watching this, I'm gonna be completely honest. You are an amazing man from what I saw. I appreciated your time and I appreciated your conversation. Let's try this food.
According to
Damn. W, man, bro. And it's like, why is Google hoeing him like that? How do you change that?
Frank, Frankincense had to hire 23 new team members in the 6 weeks following Keith's review and had guests from all over the world patiently waiting for over 3 hours for his pizza. Frank said he was thankful that Keith helped his business and the overall community at large in Las Vegas. Yasser Zermino, owner of Aroma Latin American Cochina, asked Keith to come review their restaurant through email. Keith gave all 5 different items over a 9, including the Oaxaca sandwich, which he said was the best he had ever had in his life. The owner said, we went from not being able to pay the bills to now having to hire people to come and help us. Other Vegas-based businesses.
What's so hard about this is now he's, oh my God, it's like he's using his platform to really change people's lives, bro. This is insane. This is what I'm talking about. It's so real, bro. It's so real. For him to be like, yo, this place, that shit. And niggas never get no type of recognition. Like, that's crazy. It's like, imagine bro's like, yo, Issues, his brand fire. Not even his brand. That brand fire. Shit. And then I wake up to 1 million sales. One day, though. One day.
That Keith
I mean, I don't even need that, to be honest. I'm good with what I got. For real, for real. I'm good at building my community. This is what I see. This is why I do this shit. Sorry. A little tangent. I just want to say I love y'all, for real. I love y'all so much. And I really appreciate that. I never stop and really like take it all in. I'm so heavy on the grind, bro, and it's so bad to have this mindset, but I'm so heavy on, well, I won't even say it's so bad. It's not that bad, to be honest. It's pretty good to have, because I don't want to be, I'm comfortable being uncomfortable, and I don't want to get comfortable, but I'm so locked in on my grind that this YouTube shit is easy, bro. I can just pump out videos every single day. Literally, it's nothing for me. I can stream every single day. I can post clips every single day, and I really don't mind that I'm not getting any like monetary benefit from it. But what I was going to say is I'm growing so much. Like, I'm growing hella fast. I gained like 60 subs in like 3 days or some shit. I'm getting thousands of views, bro. I damn near doubled my subscribers in a week. I've had these subscribers for the last like what, I don't know, years, and all it took was consistency and just doing things, literally just doing stuff. But I never really pat myself on the back. And I mean, who says I really have to? But I think I should. I think it's good to have a little gratitude. Yeah, let's put it like that, you know? You don't want to live in the future. You don't want to get so hung up on getting somewhere that you forget about the journey and you just like, you don't take it in, bro. It's really nice and comforting to sit down and thank y'all for just enjoying my content. I really genuinely do just want to build a community of people. Like, fuck if we're like-minded or not. It's almost better that we're not like-minded so that we can bring each other up. And anybody that enjoys my content, anybody that is attracted to me vibrationally we're all gonna bring each other up. That's just how I'm cut, so that's how y'all gonna be cut too. And y'all gonna bring yourselves up, bro, just like me. We all on this grind. Oh my God, I feel like I needed to say that.
Keith reviewed have seen instant growth, like Caribbean restaurant The Pink Potato or Southern Taste Seafood, a food truck that went from making $200 or under a day to seeing a 900% increase in revenue in the days following Keith's review. But his impact wasn't just on small businesses. Even Chipotle, the fast casual chain that generated $8.6 billion in revenue in 2022, saw the benefits of the Keith Lee effect. In early 2023, a reviewer named Alexis Frost posted a review of a menu hack, an order of a steak quesadilla with extra cheese and fajita veggies that fans say tastes like a Philly cheesesteak. Keith reviewed it and gave it a 9.8. Then chaos ensued. Chipotle worker.
Oh my God, no. Yo. Imagine you work at Chipotle. You like, damn, bro, I don't even want to go to work tomorrow. Like, fuck, bro. You go to work tomorrow and you find out Keith Lee made a viral video and now it's hella people out the door. 3 of your coworkers done quit and it's just you closing. I'd be sick. Nigga, it's a line out the door wrapping around the block twice. I would have quit, bro, that day. You got me fucked up if a TikToker done made my job way harder than it's supposed to be. I do not get paid enough.
Workers all over the country were overwhelmed with the tens of thousands of people coming in to order this hack. One employee
Tens of thousands. I would literally walk out.
said the worst shift of her life was servicing this trend. Another employee said a customer tried to swing on him, aka fight him, because he couldn't make the food. Managers started posting signs that say, protein and cheese on quesadilla only. Chipotle realized the only way to solve this problem was by adding the hack as an option on their menu, dubbed the Keithadilla. Keith quickly became well known all over Las Vegas. Once he partnered up with Mr. Beast to give $10,000 to a struggling business, he couldn't even go outside without being swarmed, so he dressed up in silly disguises to avoid being recognized. But his impact is not just in Vegas. Keith got to review a local Brooklyn bakery that he selected while being interviewed on Good Morning America, while also donating $10,000 to that business. He continued to do press runs, being interviewed on talk shows around America, and of course, reviewing food. So now that we know how much positive impact Keith can
Yo, really sit here and think about this. This is just a nigga, bro. This is just a nigga who decided to get on his grind. He said back then, he literally said, oh, if you want to go viral or you want to be famous, don't use this app. And now look at you. You're famous, dog. That's all it takes is consistency. Having faith in your grind, bro. And this is the shit that I keep telling myself as I elevate more and more. Cause ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't do this. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from being consistent. I'm gonna do what I do, bro. Cause I've seen it work for people hundreds of times. So I don't want you to stop either, bro. Keep going. If it's something you want to do, keep doing it. This is it right here, bro. This is the Keith Lee effect. This is the motherfucking you effect. Do it.
have on a business when he likes.
I'd be damned. A nigga commented on one of my Instagram posts today. He talking about, you're literally reacting to videos live. You're weird. Nigga, what? How about you go get a bag? Stop worrying about what I'm doing, bro. Niggas making millions of dollars just being themselves in front of a camera. And you telling me I'm weird? Like, listen, hey. If being you is normal, bro. If being broke is normal, then I'm good on that one.
The food. What about when he doesn't like the food? Well, unfortunately, the entire city of Atlanta would find out about the negative side of the Keith Lee effect.
Lisa, I wanted to try that quesadilla. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what exactly was in it. I'm pretty sure I was gonna get that shit today, which is so crazy.
October 2023, Keith announced to his nearly 15 million TikTok followers that he and his family were traveling to Atlanta, Georgia, and needed some restaurant recommendations. He had previously made videos in Detroit, Chicago, New Orleans, New York, and Los Angeles, but Atlanta's food scene is entirely different, which prompted a lot of mixed reviews from Keith. The drama first began when Keith visited the Atlanta Breakfast Club, where he wanted to take the food to go, but they didn't have anywhere to sit and wait for the food. So instead, they decided to dine in, but the restaurant wouldn't allow them to sit down at a table and be served unless the entire party was there. Upon finding out that they were charged $1 for butter at a breakfast place, it was just an annoying cherry on top.
Oh, yikes. So he probably said, listen, the service was horrible because he actually didn't like the service. I don't even think somebody like him would be like, Hold on. Is this a word? No, 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 no. I'm looking for the word that means lack of integrity. Anyway, he has too much integrity for him to bash this place out of spite, right? I mean, he is human, so I don't know what we're about to see, but I'm assuming that he gave literally a regular, not like a real ass what's it called, review. And I'd be like, yo, these niggas told me I had to sit inside, but I couldn't even sit inside because I needed my whole party with me, and there was nowhere to wait for the food outside. And then they charged me $1 for the butter. Like, y'all niggas is bugging. I would have came out with a real ass review, and then they probably took a hit, bro. Niggas was probably like, oh, Keith Lee said they bad, bro. It's up.
Little did Keith know, it was about to get worse. Keith posted his review of The Real Milk and Honey, however, he didn't actually get any food. Firstly, he tried to call ahead and order. They don't accept call-ins. You can only order on the DoorDash app. But DoorDash said that they were closed. So they drove to the establishment in the middle of the day and the employees said they were closed for deep cleaning, while there were customers walking in and picking up orders. Then Keith walked into the restaurant and they recognized him and immediately attempted to serve him since he is famous, to which he declined. Keith has always been very expressive that he doesn't want nor deserve special treatment from restaurants. These days he sends in his friends and family to do orders so he doesn't receive bias from the establishment. He wants his experience to match any ordinary person. I've personally never seen a...
I don't know what he's about to say, but I hope he's not about to say what I'm about to say. That's so real and so genius, because if he was to walk into a restaurant, they would be like, they would just glaze him type shit. They would just be like, oh my god, it's Keith Lee here. Let me make his food extra good so he can give us a good review and then boost sales. But nah, we ain't going for that. We want this shit to be real.
Restaurant have a rules list, but the Real Milk and Honey have a ton. We guarantee great food. Everything else is left to chance.
Huh? What is everything else if you guarantee great food? What do you mean?
We do not provide individual checks. 18% gratuity
okay.
added to parties of 5 or more or checks larger than $105. No reservations unless you're Barack 5 or
hold on. No modifications to the top 10 brunch menu signature items. If you have a food allergy, please. Jesus.
more or checks larger than $105. No reservations unless you're Barack Obama.
What's so good about Barack Obama? Why you glazing him? This wasn't even 2008. Yeah, actually, my fault. This probably was 2008 when you made this whole ass rules list.
No parties larger than 4 on days that end.
No table hydration. Hydration, bro. You telling me I can't, after I pay a $200 bill for me and my 6 other family members, we can't chill here for a little bit? I gotta eat the food and dip? Bruh, entitled ass niggas. They must get hella views. I was about to say views, dog. They must get hella service. Hella bread. We will not remove that item from your bill. Our entrees are not samples. That's crazy.
End in Y. Keith was clearly frustrated that a business would change the rules when it benefits them.
Wait, what? No parties larger than 4 on days that end with Y. Oh, wow.
That end in Y. Keith was clearly frustrated that a business would change the rules.
Don't they all end in Y? Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Day? What the?
When it benefits them, but he didn't want people to attack the Real Milk and Honey because he had a bad experience. However, the internet, being the internet, started attacking. There was actually another restaurant called Milk and Honey whose owners were receiving death threats in the DMs because of people confusing them with the other restaurant. But if you had any sympathy for the Real Milk and Honey, it would be gone once you saw their response video they uploaded to TikTok.
Did you see this Keith Lee video about the Real Milk and Honey?
And who is this Keith Lee?
Daddy, you don't know Keith Lee?
Yeah.
No.
The owner tried to look cool and pretend like he didn't know the entirety of social media is destroying his business.
It's like, why did you even post that video, bro? Like, making a video that's supposed to make you look cool, autistic, man, is crazy. Anyway, making a video, hold on, let me just read this, I'm so sorry. They're handling it terribly. There's a deleted comment by a manager saying something like, y'all let an autistic man tell y'all where to eat. Hey, yo, holy shit. But, making a video that's supposed to make you look cool doesn't make you look cool. It makes you look lame. Even if I don't have the wherewithal to see through your gimmick, it's still like, why did you make this video? You know, I'm either not gonna understand why or I'm gonna understand why. But both ways, you're gonna look goofy. I'm gonna be real with you. So it was better off just not even responding and just reworking your business. Change the rule list, bro. I don't know. Fix it.
But it only made people want to support their business less. To add insult to injury, Keith reviewed the bodega positively, which is directly next door to the Real Milk and Honey, which resulted in a line of customers skipping the Real Milk and Honey to wait in line for the bodega. But the shenanigans continued. Keith reviewed another ATL restaurant called Old Lady Gang, but again, did not get any food. He tried to call their number, no answer. Tried to order on DoorDash, said they were closed. He sent his family into the physical store to do takeout. They said they don't do to-go orders on the weekends, but the wait to dine in was 1.5 hours and they didn't take reservations. Instead of leaving, Keith decided to walk in where he was recognized and immediately they offered him a seat, skipping the entire 1.5-hour wait, to which Keith denied because he didn't want any celebrity treatment. This is exactly how it is for us regular ATL.
Imagine them telling you your wait is 1.5 hours. Then someone else comes up and sits immediately. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it, bro. When you got status, you got status, bro. People who are celebrities have value because y'all niggas give it to them. Y'all think this follower count makes them a better person than you. So, I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles, dog. If Jay-Z comes into your restaurant, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck what restaurant it is, nigga. If Beyonce or Rihanna comes in there, you're giving them a table ASAP. You might throw a wife in you might throw a lady and her kids out for Beyonce and Jay-Z. Let's not play like that, bro. I know how y'all get down.
Folks, imagine them telling you your wait time is 1.5 hours, then someone else comes up and sits immediately. Keith left and visited Toast on Linux, where he didn't plan on doing a review but arrived to a 2.5-hour wait time. When he politely left, the entire staff walked out and offered him a seat immediately, to which he denied again. There were videos that went viral of him in the parking lot seemingly arguing with the staff, but he was just letting them know that he didn't want to skip the line. But Keith's experiences are not just unique to him. Cardi B spoke on the subject on an IG Live.
I feel like Atlanta restaurants, they don't like to make money. I feel like they don't like people, they don't like their customers, they just don't like it.
It's
first
ATL,
thing first, right?
you know?
You could barely order in Atlanta restaurants. Like you go like, hey, I would like to make order.
First of all, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's crazy. Does everybody live in ATL? Is ATL the new California, dog? Like, do I gotta move there?
Yeah, we don't take orders. We don't take orders. It gets to the point that I literally have to name, like I have to tell like people that order food from me, like, can you just name drop my name? Because first, they don't do no pickup orders, they don't do deliveries, they just don't do shit.
And of course, we got some hilarious memes from this whole situation.
You walk in, let me show you how it's done. Hello, sir, how are you today? May I take your order? You talk like that. We talk like that, because Keith Lee is in town, bro.
That boy Keith Lee in Atlanta now. Hey, y'all little boozy at restaurants? Y'all better get on your goddamn Zoom now. Hey, milk and honey? Uh-huh. See, that was how I get for giving me attitude when I told y'all my partner was just down the street parking the car.
Although most people were understanding of Keith's frustration with
Nobody. Who this? I swear nobody.
These ATL businesses, others, like ex-football player Chad Ochocinco, thought he was trying to tear down black-owned businesses.
You're gonna reach, bro. Now we're reaching, dog. Pull up his whole discography. He's married to a black woman. Let's not be dumb here. A black man grew his career up from the ground and has a black wife and a black family with black kids. And I'm sure he has black friends and a black team and a black crew. But you think he's trying to bring down black businesses? Are we skipping the whole fact that they're giving him bad service? Are you dumb? Niggas, bro. Use your brain. Stop it.
Like the critiquing of our restaurants and having people and talking bad about it.
Let me chill, though. I be getting too crazy on the internet. Like, no disrespect to this man, though. I be saying, are you dumb? But I mean, are you dumb as a concept, not are you dumb as an individual?
our goddamn businesses and like, dude, you know how hard it is
And I get it, Ocho.
for us to even get in the food industry. What are the qualifications of being a food critic?
Go to a restaurant and do you like the food? Did you like the customer service? What was it like? Yes. What was the wait time like? That's all you got to do.
At the end of the day, Keith just gives his honest opinion and experience.
Literally, don't shoot the messenger. We got a phrase for this, buddy.
But he implores everyone to try for themselves. If he is too positive, his opinion will hold no weight. If he is too negative, he will be seen as destructive. There will always be haters. However, broadcasting his opinion to 14 million followers will, without a doubt, prevent a lot of people from trying a restaurant. If someone I trust says don't go somewhere to eat, I'll probably listen to them. Or if I have one bad experience, I probably won't go there again. This is why some people argue that you can't have a bad day in the customer service industry. If you can't afford a bad review, then you shouldn't give bad service, especially if you are inviting a food critic to your establishment, which a lot of these restaurants do. Through all the drama, Keith found a lot of gems in Atlanta. The seafood menu, juicy jerk, the dining experience, which he personally tipped the owner $2,000, and Jamaican jerk bit.
Nigga, you did not have to give that owner $2,000, bro. Unless it's like a small business type shit. But most of the time the owner don't need it.
Is where the owner broke into tears when he walked in. He asked the owner what her sales were for the day, which was $2,600, and he paid her $3,000 for his meal. However, Keith just announced that he's on his way to Houston to do a food tour, and restaurant owners are trembling. In just 10 months of fame, Keith has helped hundreds of businesses, raised tens of thousands of dollars for charity, and continues to spread love and positivity during a time where we need it the most. Maybe from here he will start a food review show, or a cooking show, or maybe an app for restaurants all around the country that he recommends. As long as he remains the positive and wholesome man social media knows and loves, they will support whatever endeavor he chooses. Finally, the internet made the right person famous.
That's fair, bro. That's fair.
Support whatever endeavor.
But fuck all that. The internet made the right person famous, bro. He made him famous. He put that motherfucking work in. Shout out to the internet for liking his content, though. But at the end of the day, it's up to the individual to put out content that people like. And that's something that's crazy that we don't even really sit down and understand. But if you don't like the content, you don't like the content. The person doesn't just go viral for no reason. Unless they go viral for no reason. But that's the video, chat, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I gave a lot of real takes, a lot of real opinions. So I hope y'all do the Keith Lee effect on my bank account. If you liked it, shout out his dedication to fucking God, chat. Shout out his dedication to God, bro.